ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Team Bahamas continuing its success at the Americas Group 3 Davis Cup tie in Costa Rica. Earlier today, the 2-4-2 scoring a win over Jamaica. Philip Major taking to the court first in singles. He made quick work of his opponent 6-1-3. Baker Newman, a tougher time, but came back from a set down to pick up the win 1-6, 7-5, and 7-5. As for the doubles, Marvin Roll and Judy Turnquist, they won the first set 6-3. Got behind an early break in the second, but got back on serve before waiting at a rain delay at 5-6. And from there, they would put the match away in a tie break. The Bahamas, they now finish off pool play tomorrow against Bermuda. The crossover playoffs take place on the weekend. A top 2 finish is required there to advance back to Group 2 in 2019. From the college baseball diamond, Perez Knowles pitched a shutout on Tuesday, racking up 7 strikeouts to lead Columbus State to a 6-0 win over UC San Diego in the Division II World Series. That win put Columbus State within 1 win of advancing to the title series.
He made some really good pitches, and maybe we got a little lucky here and there, but especially in the 8th inning when we got the double play ball with the bases loaded, that was a big play for us. But that's pitching, is making those pitches and getting out of trouble. That's just as important as going 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you got to be able to go out there and make a pitch when you need to, and Perez certainly did.
I just had to keep fighting through it and make the pitches and let the defense help me out.
Columbus State was back on the diamond this morning, losing 3-2 to Florida Southern. Those 2 teams play again tomorrow afternoon at 3. The winner there moves on to play for the national championship. The longest-standing national records erased last weekend by Malik Stewart, a senior at Indiana Tech. Stewart, an athlete who trained with Bradley Cooper before heading to college, took down his mentor's mark with a throw of 18.37 meters, inking his name in the history books with a second-place finish at the NAIA Outdoor Championships.
It was a great day and great competition, the best that I'd ever been in personally. National runner-up finish is the best finish any thrower from my school had ever achieved at our nationals. So to start strong, opening up my competition with the new national record, that was a big breakthrough mentally to put pressure on the competition. It's all still a little surreal to me. Coach Cooper trained me during high school, and he's like the gold standard for Bahamian throwers with everything that he achieved during his career. So to now have broken both the indoor and outdoor national records is something very special to me. Breaking such a long-standing record, I just want to take it further now, as I make my push to the world level.
In addition to those accolades, Stewart also earned his 3rd consecutive academic All-District selection and is now among the finalists for the academic All-American team, which will be announced next month. He currently sports a 3.78 GPA as a software engineering major. Well, back here at home, it's all about the Long Island Regatta this weekend in Salt Pond. And for the very latest, we're going to swing it right there to our Vaughn Aubrey.
Thanks, Jonathan. We are here live at Salt Pond, Long Island. This is the place to be. Behind me, the sun is setting here at Salt Pond, Long Island, the harbor. And guess what? There were a number of races today, and this 51st annual Long Island Regatta has been all about Long Island. Long Island has won most of the races today. Once again, the familiar name, Stephen Knowles. He took all 3 races. In second place, his older brother, Mark Knowles, second place. So it's all about Mangrove Bush, Long Island. And despite that, we still have Exuma's Buzzy Roll. What happened today?
We sailed the boat, we come from Exuma, shorter crew, and, to beat these Long Island guys, you got to come at your best, 110%, so unfortunately we didn't have our crew. We pick up some crew here, we still have a good boat, but we had a 4th place finish.
What about the cup race? Because these points are a part of this.
We had a heavy loss in the cup race. We had some problems, we lost that. But I think, the crew feeling us and we feeling the crew, they're getting to know the boat. So we'll do pretty good tomorrow.
There you go. Buzzy Rose says Exuma is not, don't count them out yet. But you know, right here at the regatta, there's so many things happening. And indeed with me is Commodore Chester Fox. What's on for tonight and tomorrow?
Well, tonight we have some live entertainment. I'm not quite sure, either Elon, Moxie, or...
No, we got Julian Believe and Lady E.
Oh, okay, that sounds great.
And the Long Island Connection Band.
Yeah, well, you know, Long Island is doing it in style. We trying to take sailing and regattas to a much higher level in the country.
This is popular. So many people are making their way here to Salt Pond.
Yeah, I think even before the evening is out, we'll have a much bigger crowd. But tomorrow, you're going to have to pick your way through people tomorrow. It'll be hard to walk through here tomorrow.
Indeed, Chester Fox. So many people are making their way here to Long Island. A number of flights tomorrow, a number of charters, a number of boats coming. But guess what? I want you to take a look, because our cameraman Chris knows spans the crowd here at Long Island. Long Island, you're on TV right now. Can you say hello? You're live on TV. Yes, and indeed there's so much more at this 51st Long Island Regatta. But for now, I am Vaughn Aubrey, ZNS Total Sports.
Lord Vaughn, now back here in the capital, or I could say in the nation's second city over the weekend, the Rumble in the Backyard. That's the pro boxing card they had. It was very good, and as Charles Fisher tells us, the event showcased the 242's next heavyweight contender.
Bahamians get to know the next great Bahamian heavyweight. Already 5-0 with 4 knockouts, Amron Sands fights out of Orlando, Florida. I was happy to go punch to punch on Bahamian soil for the first time.
Very good to be fighting our home. We look to do we look to do a lot more shows here in the Bahamas. We would like more for the government to really support athletes coming up. For me, like, I had to go to the States to really step forward in my career. The Bahamas should really step up and support their athletes, So instead of us have to always going off and then getting recognition over there and then have to get shit back here to perform.
At 6'3", 246 pounds, the 24-year-old gentle giant wants Bahamians to really get to know him.
We try to stay as humble as possible, focus, stay away from all the trouble, all the drugs, violence and all that. So as a kid, I always stayed in sports, but kept me focused on being an athlete.
His decision to move to the States was a business one.
It's good because I get more sparring-wise, I get more competition, more exposure, more looks at promoters and world champions and excellent coaching.
So Bahamians now will know about Amron Sands.
Yeah, they can know about us because we're looking to do a lot more shows here in the 242. The Bahamas really don't promote boxing; they promote track and field. They don't promote basketball or just track. So I had to move to the States if I wanted to pursue a professionality being a boxer.
We're going to see Amron Sands as the next world champion.
Yeah, you know that, all the way.
So what's next?
June 9 in Tampa.
You're going to fight?
The opponent are not confirmed as yet, but we got June 9 already scheduled.
Looking forward to that, and Bahamians now should be too. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Bahamians hitting the lanes to find out who's the best of the best. For more on that, here's Amajal Knowles.
Play continuing in the Bahamas National Bowling Championships last evening at Mario's Bowling Alley, and last week we gave you an insight on how the men's side was shaking out. But this week we turn our attention to the females. After a week of competition, Driscoll Roll is comfortably ahead with a total pin count of 977, but Joy Lockhart and Tara Johnson are seeking to close the gap with 892 and 820 respectively. We caught up with the ladies to see how they felt about their play.
Can't look too far ahead. Just taking one game, one ball at a time, making sure that I execute my shot, and just try to string one good game after the next, which will take me to Saturday. And then hopefully Sunday, obviously there will be some nerves on Sunday. There always is when you're on camera, when there are persons behind you, but just have to, deal with it.
The first game I missed some easy spares. The second game, I'm trying to get my momentum back, so I need to get back on track where I started out throwing my first 3 balls in the first game.
The lanes tonight, they're playing a little difficult, but I'm trying to keep the shot and eventually, if I keep with the shot and focus, I'll be making good shots and I should have some good games.
As far as the level of competition on the women's side, the trio saying do not be fooled, as the games can be very intense.
There's a good handful, about 10 of us that bowl together. So, and it's the same circle. So just have to make sure that your game is still on par and that you keep yourself motivated and competitive.
This is the grand finale between the best. Driscoll and I is #1 and #2. Driscoll is #1, I'm #2. And both of us are very competitive. And she going for the win, and I'm going for the win. Last year, both of us got beat. And the year before, I was the champion going to the World Cup. So this year, she would go because we did the tournaments completely different. But the competitiveness between us, both of us are very strong. Tara Johnson, she's also a competitive bowler.
I think it's highly competitive. So I think everyone is trying to fight to make that spot, and they got to do what they got to do. So just throwing good shots, and hopefully they'll make it to the top.
The round of 10 for the women's side is expected to be completed later tonight. And a special shout out to the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas' very own Anton Brennan, who is also competing on the men's side, and after 10 games played has knocked down a total of 1,500 pins. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.